man. Let's go ahead and get it up. Let's pull up the chat. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? What it do? 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 Are we up? Is the stream not working? Is the stream working? There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Goon, what is up? What is up, my boy? What is going on? Just make this a little smaller. What's going on? What's going on? How we doing? How we feeling? How we living? We go ahead and share this real quick. You know, the usual. The usual. Rock your body. Rock your body. Come on, rock your body. Rock your body. What are we doing today? We're going to be talking about the event this weekend, man. We're about to play the daily guess the fighter thing after some people get in here. And then we're going to be talking about the pay-per-view this weekend, bro. Ilia Toro versus Charles Dubronx Oliveira. Man, I need this. We need this win for Charles, man. We need it. For my sanity. For my sanity. Maybe if Charles wins, we'll run the Fortnite stream. Maybe we'll just run the Fortnite stream next week or sometime soon. We can do that. What you think, Goon? Should we run Fortnite sometime soon? What's going on? What's good? Who you got, Ilya versus Charles? I got Ilya, man. I got Ilya. We're gonna talk about it. We're about to do this daily guess the fighter thing here in a second. I think Ilya's too good, man. I think he's too good. I want Charles Oliveira to win, bro, for my sanity. I just recorded a whole breakdown, whole prediction video that I'm gonna post when we get off stream. Not gonna stream for long tonight. We're just gonna play the daily guess the fighter challenges, and then we're going to just talk about UFC 317 for a little bit. And I'm not gonna hold y'all long. We're not gonna be here long, man. Totoro will be the best, greatest villain if he KOs Charles, man. I know. Look at the names on the resume. If he beats Charles, he still has to do so, but he's a 5-1 favorite. But if this man goes through Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira back to back to back, come on, bro. Yo, bro, are you from the South? Hey, can you tell in my accent? Do I sound like I'm Southern? What you think, bro? What you think? Do I sound like I'm from the South? Let me go live on TikTok real quick as well. Let's get the TikTok stream up today. What do you say, guys? What do you say? And wait, so not UFC Baku, UFC 317 Salk. Bet. Let's get it up. All right, guys. In a few minutes, I'm gonna give it like 3 minutes, and we're about to do this daily guess the fighter. Yes, you do. I was just about to ask too. Where in the South? Hey, yeah, y'all gotta guess. Y'all gotta guess. Everybody's always asking me, "Where are you from? Where are you from?" That's up to y'all. It's up to y'all to figure out, bro. It's a nice accent. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, bro. JDM versus Islam is gonna be crazy facts. I think that's gonna be card of the year. That could be y'all. If y'all didn't watch the Islam interview, they're looking for JDM versus Islam, or Islam suggesting they do JDM versus Islam at Madison Square Garden. Man, that's tough. That's tough, man. They could build a stacked card for Madison Square Garden. And apparently, what I'm hearing is Adesanya wants to fight Strickland on that same card in Madison Square Garden. So they could stack that for real. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Let's do this daily guess the fighter real quick. Virginia, Kentucky, or Tennessee, Alabama. Look, maybe so, man. Maybe so. Let's play this guess the fighter, bro. Y'all have probably seen this. Y'all probably we played this on stream before. Some of y'all probably know how it works. But let's go ahead and get it, bro. I'm gonna need y'all's help. We've made some videos out of it. But we got to guess the UFC fighter, guys. Let's go ahead and start off. Who should we start off with? If you've already played it today, don't spoil it, bro. Don't spoil it. But who should we start off with? I always like to start off with an American or a Brazilian just because that knocks off most of it. Toro, easy money. Louisiana, maybe so, bro. Maybe so. I like to start off with the old fighter. Should we go old American, old Brazilian? What we thinking? What we thinking? What we thinking here, guys? Charles? Let's do Charles. All right. Perfect. We'll do Charles Oliveira. Since it's Charles Oliveira fight week, bro. Okay. Oh, okay. We got some good info here. Okay, so he's going to be older than Charles Oliveira. He was born before Charles Oliveira, but he's a male Brazilian fighter with 35 wins. It's a lot of wins. That's a lot of wins. I'm guessing he's going to be retired, though. I'm guessing he's going to be retired. Your mic is so low. Is my mic low? Can y'all hear me good? Dudes, why does this happen every time? Some people say that they can hear me just fine. Some people say that it's quiet. First like, what's up, Trev? What up? Well, I start the streak without me. My fault, bro. My fault. I spar with John Jones. We can't hear you that well. Let me try to turn up the mic. Real quick. Let me see, guys. Let me see. Advanced audio. Where's it at? Let me turn this up. I'm turning it up, guys. I'm turning it up. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right. How about this? Is this better or is this too loud? Is this better? Is this better, guys? Sounds fine. All right, bet. Bet. All right, guys. I'm guessing it's going to be a retired fighter. Somebody said Vitor Belfort, Anderson Silva. 35 wins is a lot. Maybe, you know what? Silva might be a good guess, actually. Silva might be a good guess. I'm going to be honest. Jacare Souza, RDA, Lyoto Machida. Debut before 2010, not lightweight or featherweight, so it's not going to be RDA. Let's try Anderson Silva. I feel like he has like 35 wins, bro. I feel like he does. He's got 34 wins. Okay. Debuted before Silva. But he's in between Silva and Charles in terms of age range. But he's also a middleweight and light heavyweight. What? Middleweight, light heavyweight? It's got to be Lyoto Machida, is it not? Lyoto debuted before Anderson Silva? Maybe. Or is it Vitor? Wait. Is it Vitor? I know Vitor made his debut before. I don't know when Lyoto made his debut, to be honest. I'm going to go Vitor. I feel like Vitor would have more fights than Lyoto. What y'all think? Vanderlei Silva? Oh, what's good? What's good, bro? Are you going to stream Charles versus Ilya? I don't think so. Y'all think it's Royce Gracie? Vanderlei, Royce Gracie. 35 wins, bro. Is so much. What's the game name? It's called FightDuel. Here you go. It's a website. Okay. But this fighter's younger than Anderson Silva, so it's not gonna be Royce Gracie. Does Vitor have? You think Vanderlei Silva? We'll try Vanderlei Silva. Fine, I'll try it. We'll try it, bro. We'll try it. Wow. Vanderlei Silva, 1 year older. Good work, guys. Good work. So we were saying Royce Gracie. I saw Jacare Souza. Hey, GG's, bro. 50 fights, 35 wins. That's crazy, bro. This man's got insane levels of CTE. You already know. Vanderlei Silva he should have been on my chronic CTE list. My chronic CTE. That's crazy. Game name is FightDuel. Let's do the guess the fighters by emoji, bro. Guess the somebody said Bryce Mitchell. It's Bryce Mitchell. Let's do guess the fighters by emoji. Oh my gosh. We got fries. We got fries, bro. See, my first original thought is it like somebody that's fat? Like I'm thinking like Derek Lewis. Fries. Why fries? French fries. Maybe he's French. I don't know, bro. I don't know. What's good, King? Me and D-Mac here every stream. What's going on, bro? You need to do a who would you let date your daughter list. We did do one of those. We did one of those on stream though. I didn't make that into a full video. But yeah. Y'all think it? Jamal Hill, Cyril Gahn, Conor McGregor for McNuggets, Joe Pfeiffer. Dude, I have no clue. Fries? French fries. Should we try it just like Cyril Gahn just for French? Okay, he's not even on here. He's not even on here. Rory McDonald? Oh my gosh, you might be a genius, bro. Okay, Rory McDonald's not on here either. That would have been tough, bro. Put the fries in the bag. Facts. Y'all think it's Patty? We'll go Patty. We'll go Patty. I like that guess. Wow. Wow. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Big country. Gone. Patty Pimlet is crazy, bro. Hey, who said that? Who said that? Ryder. Shout out Ryder. Got it on the first clue. So did Mr. Crew Jones. That made no sense. I guess because he bulks up and gets fat. I guess, what is this? GB? Great Britain? Is that what that's supposed to mean? I don't know. Goon said Stipe. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. All right. Guess the fighter by the quote. We got guess the fighter by the quote next. These are tough. Sometimes they're either super easy or you just have no idea. But let's see. Okay, bro. Well, I wish they weren't. I wish they weren't always famous quotes. Because this is Nick. This is easy, bro. I believe Joe Rogan still has this as his like podcast intro. That's Nick Diaz. Dude, I wish we could do unlimited version, bro. I wish we could do unlimited version. Good job, Ryder. Good boy. Good boy's crazy. For Patty Hint, they could have said scared of Armand. Dude, they need to make that fight. Armand versus Patty would feed families. It would. Joe Swanson MMA. What's good? This one's easy, guys. Dude, I wish they had an unlimited version. I could play these all day. Or if you could like play the previous ones or something. But they do not, man. They do not. UFC 317, guys. Run Kahoot. We need to make a we need to make another quiz, bro. I can't be pumping out these trivia games every week. We just played one last week, bro. Otherwise, I have to pay for a subscription to host them. Oh man, casual man. Who's your favorite fighter? Izzy boy. Israel Adesanya. Restart it. Dude, they're a lot of fun, bro. If I restart it, does it? No way. It's just gonna be the same thing, is it? Yeah, it's gonna be the same thing. It was Vanderlei if you missed it, bro. Yeah, you only get 3 plays. Make your own website and create one. That's what I should do. I'm gonna have to get on that, man. I have no clue how to do that. No clue how to do that. Charles by Cupid. Thoughts on Money Moicano being the only fighter trying to promote the event, yet had no questions aimed at him during the press conference. Dude, I watched the press conference, and it was literally every single question was for Ilya Taporia. Like 90% of the questions were for Ilya. Moicano had his moment on the mic where he did try to sell the fight and everything, and he didn't get any more questions. He got one question, one for him and one for Beneil Dariush, and that was it. That was it. Guess the fighter robbed Gamrot at UFC 305 because he's from Australia. From Austria. He said he's from Austria. Dan Hooker, easy money. Easy money. Dude, people forget, man, if Gamrot would have won that fight, which I think he did win the fight against Hooker, Gamrot would be in title contention, bro. He really would. Not Dan Hooker. Gamrot would be in title contention. Who do you think will win this Saturday? I got Topuria. I want both of them to oil up and shake some. Interesting. I got Topuria. I got Topuria as well. The oil up statement was crazy. When's the Fortnite stream, bro? I don't know. We might run Fortnite. We might run it very soon. If Charles wins, I'll run Fortnite on Tuesday. How about that? If Charles wins, I'll run Fortnite on stream on Tuesday. I hope Charles wins. Joe Rogan intros fire. Facts. Facts. Ilya or Charles? I got Ilya. Pantoja versus Kakar France. Winner and method of victory. I'm going with Pantoja. I'm going with Pantoja by decision. I'm going to go decision. I could see a submission, but I'm going to go with sub. I'm going to go with sub. Charles looks sunken, but he's a beast. Yeah, Charles' weight cuts have been rough recently, it looks like. Or he's just got the whole team there. But yeah. Ilya said sorry to Charles when they faced off. Dude, I didn't get to hear what they were saying. He said sorry? That's crazy. That's crazy. Do a video where you 1v1 a fan in the Discord every Saturday with fight stats like striking, wrestling. What you mean, King? Elaborate. Elaborate, buddy. Pantoja subs him in the fourth. I can see a late finish from Pantoja for sure. 5 rounds, especially if it goes to the ground. That's a lot of time to survive with Pantoja, bro. He's dangerous. Islam versus JDM how right now? Honestly, I'm kind of leaning JDM. Oh, dude. The thing about, if you go rewatch the JDM versus Bilal fight, the thing is Islam taking those shots that Bilal took? I don't know. Bilal's tough, bro. JDM was hitting him with everything. I don't know if Islam's taking those same shots that Bilal did. So maybe JDM by finish, bro, to be honest. Or maybe decision. I think it's going to be competitive, though. My sister's boyfriend is cousins with Kaikar France. That's tough, man. I'm sorry I'm picking against him, man. I'm sorry. Tom versus Gone. Gone, who you got, Tom? I think that could actually be kind of competitive. I think that one leaves the first round, but I think Tom takes him down and submits him. Gonna stream 317 Fight Companion. I'm not. We're not doing 317 Companion this weekend, guys. I'm gonna be watching it somewhere else. Maybe I can record a reaction or something and post a reaction video after. To all the casuals, Charles loses to Volk and Holloway today. Charles versus Holloway that's the fight I want to see, bro. That's the fight I want to see. You got Royval or Van? I got Royval. I got Royval. I think it's too big of a step up too soon for Joshua Van. The activity's great, but he just fought in the last pay-per-view. Didn't take too much damage, but short notice, maybe he's potentially nursing some injuries we don't even know about. I'm going with Royval. I'm going with Royval via experience. He's been in there with Pantoja, Moreno, Kakar France. I think Royval is going to get this one done by decision. That's my guess. Decision. Moneyman or Benil, I'm going Dariush, bro. I just recorded my predictions video. I'm going to post right when we get off stream. But yeah. Taporia by TKO round 3, 128 left. Bet the house on it. Bet the house on it, Trev. Charles by Hope. Yeah, by Hope. DDP or Hamzat? I got Hamzat. Submission. Submission. The usual. Probably first round if I had to guess. But the thing is, if it does go past the first round, it's not like people act like Hamzat Chimaev is just, if he leaves the first round, he's just a fish out of water. That's not the case, bro. He does slow down, but so does everybody. He slows down. It's not like a fall off like people make it out to be. I think Hamzat's just fine in round 2. Now, if we're talking rounds 4 and 5, it might be a different story, but I think I'm going Hamzat early finish. Pretty good event we're going to get this weekend. Yeah. A lot better than 316. Definitely better than 315, even though 315 did play out well. But yeah. What I mean is you will use a filter, and whatever guy you get is your striking, and then wrestling, BJJ frame, IQ, and you do the same for the fan and see what. Oh, I see what you're saying, King. I like that idea. I think I like that, actually. I see what you're saying. Bilal sacrificed his belt to prove he's not boring. Thanks. I mean, he still did shoot like 7 takedowns. So I think JDM was just evolved. Grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit. I got you, bro. Hold on. I got you. Was that tough? Was that tough, bro? I think that was tough. Hey, tag me in that if you make that. Bet. Hey, Christian Cameron with the 499. I appreciate you. Don't know a train. If you're reading this, Jesus loves you. Facts. Appreciate you, CC. Hey, W Christian in the chat, guys. W Christian. Spitting facts on stream. Spitting facts with the dono. Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate it, my boy. That's a real one right there. That's a real dude right there. He waited days for that. You got Brandon over Joshua. I think I agree. You planning on going to any more UFC events this year? I think I'm popping. Yeah, I am popping out at the New Orleans card. I'm popping out at the New Orleans card, bro. My boy Van got that. I hope Van does win. John or Diego. I got John Silva. Let's go. Let's go. DDP is gonna go back to Africa making out with his coach. That's funny, bro. That is funny. Big W facts. Big W's in the chat. Jesus is Lord. Facts, guys. Facts. Read this. UFC has potential. All women's fight card. The main event could be Nunes versus Harrison. All women's fight card is crazy, bro. That is crazy. Main event could be Nunes versus Harrison. Then Valentina Shevchenko versus Wei Lee. Then Tracy Cortez versus Silva. Then do some randoms. I'm not paying $80 for that. Look, the main and the co-main would be sick, but I'm not. That's not something I'm losing sleep over, bro. It's not. It's not. Prediction on UFC 205, Conor versus Eddie, bro. It's easy pick. Easy pick. McGregor's getting knocked out. Eddie Alvarez is the real deal, man. He's going to put hands on him. We are going to 30-27 win out. I do hope Van wins, though. Big Joshua Van, guys. Big Joshua Van guy. I got to see him live. I got to see him live at 313. Future champion. It's 3 a.m. here at mine, and I'm here watching you. That's what I like to hear, bro. That is what I like to hear. Y'all like the stream, bro. Y'all like the stream. You think Malcolm Wellmaker will be champ? Dude, I've been early on the Malcolm Wellmaker train. If you've been watching my channel, you know I've been early on the Malcolm Wellmaker train since the Contender Series. What is it? 3 KOs in a row from the same right hook. Do I think he will be champ? There's still a lot we don't know. We've just seen him. We haven't seen him go to the ground in the UFC. So Van via knockout round 2, very possible. Very possible. We haven't seen him go to the ground yet, so I'm not gonna say that yet. But you know what? Actually, I'll say that future champ. I'll say future title challenger for Wellmaker, because we still got guys like Umar Nurmagomedov. We got Sean O'Malley, who's still very young. What are your thoughts on no American champs? It's sad as an American myself. It's sad, bro. It's sad. But honestly, who's the best chance right now is Sean Brady of the next American champion, probably. W Christian facts. I'd pay extra for Cortez. You got Lewis versus Teixeira. I haven't even thought about that matchup. Dude, Derek Lewis is just there for a paycheck, bro. Probably. I don't know though. I don't know. I have to dive into that one. How come people are named Islam or Christian, but no one is named Jew? That's funny. It's funny. Who's your lightweight goat? I got Islam. Islam. Talbot wins. Lima sub. Dude, I'm going Talbot, bro. Y'all are forgetting. People forget, man. Peyton Talbot in the month of June. Pride Month Talbot is a different fighter. That's a mythical fighter. Emil or Delgado. Dude, that's gonna be a banger fight. I don't know, bro. That's a toss up. Maybe Emil. Maybe. I don't know, but that's gonna be a banger fight for the prelims. Let's see. Did you get the fight duel the other day when it was Mozart? Had to go deep in the bag. I didn't even do that one. I haven't played it in like 3 or 4 days. So no, I didn't. Dude, I ain't gonna lie, that might have stumped me. That might have stumped me. I would have had to get, usually what I like to do is either go American or Brazilian first. And then if it's not either one of those, I usually go towards Russia. So maybe I could have pinpointed it on the country, but I don't know. Are the rumors true that McGregor's fighting in January 2026? Seen so many TikToks. I don't know. I wouldn't get your hopes up, bro. I would not get your hopes up, to be honest. I would. Hamzat versus everyone at middleweight. I agree. 17-0. I agree. Brandon Royval for the win. I think so too, bro. Did y'all see the odds? We talked about it earlier, but when Joshua Van When this fight opened up, Joshua Van was a minus 260 on short notice against the number one contender. Make that make sense, bro. Make that make sense. I don't understand it. 3 fighters trying to hump you. Dude, diabolical. That was diabolical. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that till I read the comments. That was crazy, bro. That was wild. Wellmaker will be champ once Marab retires. Gonna make the edit. Bet. I was watching stream 2 minutes behind. Should have been Armand versus Ilya for the title. Charles versus Max for BMF. Justin versus Dustin. I agree. 100% agree with you. I agree on all. That's 3 valid fights right there. Armand versus Ilya. That's number 1 versus number 2 lightweight. I think Armand's the best lightweight on the planet since Islam's not there anymore. I do think Islam would have defeated Armand, but that would have been tough. What's good, Adrian? What's up? That would have been tough. But Armand, I think he beats Ilya, bro. We have to see, though. It's hard to tell with Ilya because we haven't seen him at lightweight since Jai Herbert, and Jai Herbert is not no Charles Oliveira. So I don't know. We'll see how Ilya does at lightweight. I think Armand, I think he might beat him. I think he might beat him, to be honest. That's what I think. He said, who wins, Cousin Gamrot or Poirier? Well, it's hypothetical. They would never fight. They're boys. But, Poirier wins that. I'm not going to lie. I don't know, though. Dustin says that Gamrot beats him up in the gym. Dustin says that Gamrot does beat him up in the gym. I don't know if that's him just being nice, but yeah. Dustin does win that, hypothetically. Hypothetically, he does. For sure. Y'all know I back Cousin Gamrot. Cousin Gamrot's still the best fighter in the world in my eyes, though. We don't need to see Justin versus Dustin again. I think Dustin versus Max is a valid fight, but I mean, it's just kind of to settle the trilogy. It's 1-1, so I don't mind that trilogy at all. It would make sense, to be honest. Max versus Charles would be insane too. I don't know who I'd pick in that fight. I really don't. Max might piece him up on the feet, but like, I don't know. That's a good fight. Is Van still the favorite? Because if he is, that's crazy. Barely, yes. But it opened up at minus 260. Everybody went crazy, dude. I was about to put the house on it. I was about to put the family on it. I was about to put my soul on it. On the odds for Royval at like plus 220. Number 1 contender. I was about to. I mean, it's still great value. I still think Royval should be the favorite by a decent, at least minus 150. I mean, maybe even minus 200, to be honest. I think Royval should be like a minus 180, to be honest. I think this is crazy. He's getting disrespected. He's been underdog so many times. He always wins. He's the number 1 contender. He's been in there with Pantoja, Kai France, Brandon Moreno, Tatsuro Taira, who he was a big underdog against. He beat. Come on, bro. Come on. I think it's too much for Joshua Van right now. Short notice as well. But yeah. Dustin said himself he wanted Gaethje, but UFC didn't give it to him. Yeah, Dustin wanted Gaethje, and Gaethje did not want Dustin. That's what I heard. Gamrot probably does, but as a Gamrot fan, I must admit Dustin takes it. Gaethje versus Armand. It's a good fight. Armand wins, though. Armand wins. The thing is, I think Armand and Patty both beat Gaethje. I wouldn't be mad if they rebooked Gaethje versus Hooker, to be honest. Let's see. Who do you think would have won if Max fought Habib? Habib. I'm not going to say easy. I wouldn't say anybody beats Max easy, but Habib, I think he would have got him. I think he would have got him out of there. Odds right now are nuts. Charles is the better fighter, but Ilya... Wait, I didn't get to read that. Let's see. Charles is the better fighter, but Ilya has incredible KO power. Dude, the reason why the odds are so crazy is because of the unbeatable aura. I'm not even lying. The reason Ilya's a 5-1 favorite is obviously his skills are great. He's a great skill set. But it's based on aura, bro. Based on hype. That's how UFC makes odds. I'm telling you. Exhibit A is right here. Joshua Van opened up as a minus 260 based on hype. I don't think he's a better fighter than Brandon Royval. I just don't. The UFC goes based on hype. They do. Same thing with MVP versus Shara Bullet, guys. If anybody was following my page during that time, I was going crazy on the fact that Charlotte Bullet should have never been the favorite against MVP. And he was, and he got beat. Same thing, you've seen it with Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland was the favorite against Roman Dolidze. Now, I know he got injured, but Roman Dolidze still got the W. Based on hype, bro. Based on hype. Gaethje's a bum. Van and Tyra hybrid is the best UFC flyweight. Dude, I wonder what's next. Tyra's not booked, is he? I don't even know. Justin took his ball and went home. Dustin would have beat him in a third. I think Dustin's still the better fighter. Still to this day, I think he's better than Gaethje. I'm not gonna say Gaethje landed a lucky head kick, but that's what I think. I think Dustin's just better. He just got caught. He didn't get dominated, guys. He got caught. Josh Van, round 3 TKO. The speed of Van is insane. The speed is insane. I'm going with the experience of Royval. Gaethje wanted a title shot, otherwise he's threatening to retire. Yeah. I don't agree with it, bro. I don't agree with it. Dustin is him, facts. Facts. We beat Royval in every aspect of the fight. Low center of gravity fighters usually hard to take down. I agree. That's true. Joshua Van's not easy to take down. You could see when he fought, who is it? What's his name? Ray Tatsura or something? The Japanese fighter. He couldn't take down Van. But he also can't strike like Royval can, so. Neither can Bruno Silva. None of these guys are on the same level as Royval. It's not even close. It's not even close. People underrating Royval way too much. I agree. I'm going with Royval here. I'm going with Royval. Favorite fighter besides Izzy? Who's number 2? It's tough, man. Probably Yuri Prochazka. It's between Yuri and Volkanovski. Between Yuri and Volkanovski, I think. But then you got guys like Charles is up there very high. Who else? Islam is actually one of my favorite fighters. Islam low-key could be 2. If Volk and Islam were to fight, though, I'm not even going to lie. I don't know who I'd go for. I really don't even know who I'd go for between Islam and probably Volk. Probably Volk. So maybe Yuri and Volk might be like 2A, 2B. Reed Tatsura, yeah. Have you tried UFC Undisputed? It's free on PC. I've not. There's a download guide. I might look into that. UFC Undisputed. Bet. That might be something fun. Casual take MMA versus Ilya Topuria is closer than you think. That's what I'm saying, guys. It's closer than you might think. We are sleeping to Toro. Let's go for that. If Royval loses, he can move up to 135. Yeah, he said he does. He said he wants to. But Dana kind of announced on the press at the press conference that this is the number 1 contenders fight. So if Royval does win, I guess we're getting him versus Pantoja 3. I'm not really getting that excited for that, but I don't know. This is day 362 of asking for viewer debates, bro. I still have not got around to that. I got you, Adrian. I promise. One day we're gonna do it. I'm gonna let you get all your hot takes that you need to get out. That's funny. If Islam was American, he'd be my number 1. Dude, Islam. I just watched Islam's interview with MMA Junkie, bro. He's hilarious. That dude is so funny. He's such a likable guy as well. I don't understand. You don't see Islam hate that much anymore. But when he was coming up, dude, everybody hated him. He's awesome. Unk has to hit that 1-minute mark every video. Facts. You ain't lying, bro. We got to eat. We got to eat over here. That's funny. Does Rampage become champ of light heavyweight in today's UFC? No. I'm a big believer in the elevation or the evolution of the game. Rampage does not become champ. He's tough, but is Kai France by decision crazy? No, that's not crazy. I'm going with Pantoja. But no, that's not crazy at all. Kai France, I would say his best chance would be to knock out Pantoja. Pantoja's a dog. He's been in a lot of dog fights. I trust in his heart, man. If it does go to the later rounds, I think it sides with Pantoja more. But that's not crazy, especially based on damage. Kai France staying safe on the ground, getting back up to his feet. I could see it. I'm going with Pantoja, though. I'm a big fan. Let's go. I appreciate you, bro. This card is amazing. Yeah, I'm going to say, let's look at it. So we got Topuria versus Oliveira, Pantoja, Kai France, Royval Van. I'm so glad this is on the main card now. It was a prelim. Dude, Royval versus Cat was a prelim. Royval versus Manel Kape was a prelim. And then Joshua Van steps in. They move it to the feature fight, which I'm happy. It's on the main card. It deserves to be on the main card. But yeah, I'm actually super excited. The more I think about this, the more excited I am for it. Especially if Joshua Van wins, bro. He's fighting for the title next. He's fighting for the title. Love the underdogs this weekend. Lots of money to be made. Dude, now that I'm looking on it, I've picked 3 underdogs on the main card. I'm gonna drop my official predictions video as soon as we get off stream on YouTube. So guys, everybody watching on TikTok, go follow the YouTube. Go subscribe to the YouTube, man. Turn the post notifications on. We're streaming on YouTube as well. But yeah, we're gonna drop the official breakdown and predictions. But you know what? I'll go ahead and spoil it for y'all. I got Topuria, I got Pantoja, I got Royval, I got Dariush, and I got Peyton Talbot, bro. I got Peyton Talbot. I got Peyton Talbot. The thing is, I think this is going to be a banger fight. But guys, it's Pride Month. Peyton Talbot, you think Peyton Talbot's really going to lose in Pride Month? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's a mythical fighter right there. People will know Lima's name after this weekend. I agree. Adrian, I agree with you. I'm picking Talbot, even though everything's telling me to pick Lima. I'm so close. Keep talking. That was great. That was a crazy comment, bro. But yeah, Lima's a tough fighter, dude. If you just rewatch Talbot's last fight, everything looks like Lima's gonna win this fight. I'm going Talbot though. I'm going Talbot to hurt him on the feet and potentially get him out of there. I know Lima's dangerous. He's a great grappler. Dude, the thing is, I think you know what I think's happening? First of all, people are counting out Peyton Talbot. And people are underrating. I know this is going to sound like a hardcore take, man, but people are actually underrating Hony Barcelos. They are. I'm serious. They are. This man's been in there with Umar Nurmagomedov. He's been in there with who else? Kyler Phillips. There's definitely more names I'm missing, but that's a vet. That's a vet right there. True wrestling background, and he took down Talbot at will. Didn't finish him. Didn't land a whole lot of damage. He just controlled him. I think Talbot's obviously been in the gym working on it, but I'm going Talbot, bro. I'm going Talbot, to be honest. I don't think there's going to be one boring fight on the main card. I'm expecting a night that we will look back on for years. Dude, actually, you know what? Now that you're saying that, I agree, man. The name value is not insane. The name value, outside of the main event, the name value is not crazy. But if you look at all of these matchups, this is guaranteed fun fight. Dariush versus Moicano. The thing is, I think they're going to be on the feet for the most part. The grappling exchanges could be great. I feel like for the most part, they're going to be on the feet just because that's what you tend to see with grappler versus grappler. You do tend to see a striking match. But Royval versus Van, fireworks. Pantoja versus Kakar France, I think is going to be a banger as well. And then obviously, somebody's getting finished in the main event. I think I agree with you, Adrian. This could potentially go down as card of the year based on how the fights play out. Not based on name value, but I don't know, bro. This is the best card this year other than 314. Honestly, which one's better? Is this better than 314? Maybe so, bro. Maybe so. 314 also was supposed to have Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates, and that fell through. So, Topuria versus Charles, is that better than Volk Diego? I'm going to say yes. Pantoja, Kakar France, or Patty versus Chandler? Hype-wise, I'm kind of just as hyped for both. I'm going to say this one's better. Royval versus Van or Yair Pitbull, this one's better. Mitchell Silva is better than Moicano Dariush, and Talbot Lima or Dominic Reyes, Nikita Krylov. Yeah, about similar. These are about on par, to be honest. 314 just played out very well. I think this is probably a better card, actually. This might be a better main card than 314. I think that might be, to be honest. I don't know. Ilya 50-45. You think it's going the distance? Interesting. 314 main event was some ungodly fight. Dude, that was a good fight. That was a great fight. I don't think it's fight of the year, though. I honestly think Merab Umar was better. I don't know. Smith might even bet against himself against Nico Price at plus 1,000. I saw he's the biggest favorite in UFC history, isn't he? Where's he at? I thought he was the first fight of the night. He's not. Minus 2,100. I saw him at minus 3,000. First event as a UFC fan. First live event that I watched was UFC 214. UFC 214. Jones versus Cormier 2. That was my first live event, I believe. I used to watch. I didn't ever see, guys, before I knew about the Stream East methods and all that. I didn't have money to pay for no pay-per-views, bro. Not when I was a kid. My parents weren't finna pay for it. But I used to watch the reruns on Spike TV. I'd watch replays of old UFC pay-per-views. So I got my lore up a little bit from old fights, but yeah. First live event that I watched was Jones Cormier 2. Oliveira by my love and support. People are really sleeping on this card. It's going to be really good. It is going to be really good, but you know what's crazy? This weekend, if Bilal Muhammad would have won, this weekend we would have been getting Ilia Topuria versus Islam. And that would have been crazy, guys. I wouldn't be able to sleep the whole week. Y'all don't understand how excited I would be. I'd be nervous. I'd be super nervous. I know I want to see Ilia versus Islam so bad. Facts. If Stream East goes down, pay-per-view to the next best thing. What's the Royval Van odds? I got you. Minus 102 for Royval. Minus 118 for Van. Interesting odds, to be honest. It's interesting odds because, taller. Listen, Joshua Van's great, don't get me wrong. But Royval's the taller fighter, the more experienced fighter. I don't understand, man. I understand the hype behind Joshua Van, but why is he the favorite? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm riding Royval, bro. You know what's crazy? I was gonna ride Royval versus Benel Cop too. I was planning on picking Royval versus Benel Cop. Royval, Van has struggled with taller fighters. Exactly. If you look at his only loss in the UFC, Charles Johnson, that's a similar build to Brandon Royval. And Brandon Royval is 10 times better. I know that Joshua Van has improved since then, but Brandon Royval compared to Charles Johnson is not even close. It's not even close, bro. They disrespect Brandon Royval, but I think he's going to get it done. I wouldn't be that surprised if Van gets it done, but I'm riding with Royval, bro. I think Royval should be like a minus 180. If I was the odds makers, man, it would be like a minus 180 for Royval, maybe more. So I'm telling y'all, UFC odds go off of hype. They go based off of hype. Same thing with Dariush Moicano. Dariush was a plus 150 like a week ago. If Dariush, if I if I wasn't worried about the ring rust of Dariush, bro, I would be all over him. Pause. Pause that, guys. Pause that. Pause that. Royval face already looks unsure in that picture. That's funny. Josh Van was rocked multiple times in his only other fight against someone with a 70-plus inch reach. I think he's going to have a lot of trouble, man. He's going to have to get inside to work the boxing. I think Royval is going to work the kicks very well. And if he wants to go to the grappling, I don't know if he's going to be able to necessarily secure all these takedowns on Van, but even just mixing it up, bro. Even just mixing it up could be a problem for Joshua Van. And again, the cardio sides with Royval throws a lot of volume. I know it's only a 3-rounder. If it was a 5-rounder, guys, I'm telling y'all, I would be putting my life savings on Royval if it was a 5-rounder. Royval will show levels, I agree. You think Dariush going to show up or he halfway out the door already? Dude, I'm picking Dariush to win, bro, to be honest. I'm picking Dariush. I'm just worried about the ring rust, bro. He's coming off of 2 losses in a row, but he lost to Charles Oliveira and Arman Sarukian. But he got knocked out bad in the last one. Be in the YouTube chat soonest. Bet. Bet, Brennan, bet. Raw Dog going to teach him a lesson. MMA Guru plus Casual Take MMA. Hey, coming soon. Coming soon, bro. I'm trying to read all these chats, bro. It's tough. It's tough. Van versus Johnson was only a year ago. That's what I said that earlier, Adrian. It might have been before you were here. Yeah, I get that Joshua Van, you're right. You're 100% right. He did improve and got better since the KO loss. But like I said, that was only a year ago. That's not like that was 3-4 years ago. How much improvement can you really do in 1 year? He looks like he's improving. He's getting better. He has momentum. Momentum's a real thing in the UFC. But Brandon Royval, I think Royval's too good. I think Royval is just too good, bro. I'm going with Royval. Moicano can't afford to lose. You're right. Moicano. How does Moicano beat? What does Moicano do better than Dariush though? Or what are you gonna say? He's younger. He's younger. He's got the youth, man. Moicano's not this young prospect, guys. He's like he said, 15 days younger than Dariush. Everybody views Dariush as this old man. Moicano's an old man as well. He is. People forget, man. Dariush prime. I know this is not prime Dariush, but Dariush would destroy this man if he was in his prime. I think he would, and I think he's going to beat him this time as well. I can't be an Ilya fan anymore without Charles fans, boys. Dude, the Charles fans flock, dude. The Charles fan base is crazy. Casual take MMA versus prime Sean Combs. At low diff, bro. I'm finishing him early. I'm finishing him probably within seconds. Yeah. I think Van's going to be very chinny. Dude, yeah, I feel like these fighters always bring up these injuries afterwards, but Joshua Van fought on the last pay-per-view, didn't take too much damage, but I feel like he's got to be nursing some slight injuries at least. That's what I think. At the same time, it's also short notice for Roy Valzel. People don't consider that. Sort of a similar style to Manel Kape, I guess, if you want to say that. But it's also a short notice for Roy Val. I'm going with Roy Val, though. I'm going with Roy Val. If Van wins, he's getting that belt next. That would be sick. If Joshua Van beats Roy Val and then beats Pantoja or Car France, that would be insane. Dude, he's 23. Dariush is closer to 70 than he is to 0. Hey, so is Moicano. 15 days. Exactly 15 days is 15 days. The odds for Benny versus Moicano changed so fast. They've changed a lot. So I don't know if that means a bunch of money's coming in on Benny or what. Maybe there's some insider info. Maybe Moicano's not having a good camp. I don't know. But yeah, the odds are changing. You're finishing Diddy in seconds. All right, bro. I'd replace Uncle Av with Yuri. Oh, I missed something. I'd replace Mariah with Corey Sandhagen. Oh, I didn't. Let me see this comment only. If you've got to replace a champ, who are you replacing and who are you transferring the title to? If you got to replace a champ. Oh. Ooh. If I had to replace one champion, I'd probably make Yuri Prohaska the champion over Ankalaev. That's what I would do. I think that would be my pick. I know Izzy's my favorite fighter, but the thing is, if I replaced Izzy as champion right now, he's getting slaughtered by Hamzat Chimaev. So I don't want to see that. I'd go Yuri. I would go Yuri Prohaska. That's a good question. That's a good one. I'd replace Ankalaev with Yuri. See, my boy agrees with me. He agrees with me. How did you manage to get Diddy's charges dropped? How quickly could you finish shotgun? That's great. These comments are crazy, bro. These comments are getting crazy. Guys, if you're on TikTok, go sub to the YouTube channel. Do you have casual friends that think they know more than you? Because I do, and it's unbearable. Not necessarily, but the thing is, if I get any pick wrong, bro, it's just you really, bro. You really picked him. You see that everywhere, though. That's not just friends. That's like online. If you make a wrong pick, just in the MMA community, everybody tries to clown you and call you casual, bro. Act like they didn't just pick the wrong fight in the co-main or whatever. It's funny. The MMA community is so toxic. If you get it, the thing is, if you get a pick right, people either glaze you, calling you a wizard, or they're like, "Well, of course, we all knew he was going to win that." If you get a pick wrong, everybody tries to flame you. That's what happens. Every time, bro. Every time. Professional bettors only get 60% right. Exactly. Guys, think about this. You're trying to predict a fist fight. It's really not an easy thing to do. Thoughts on JDM versus Islam? That's going to be a banger. I'm kind of leaning towards JDM, bro. I'm going to be rooting for my boy Islam, but I'm leaning towards JDM. You think Pantoja's overlooked because he's a smaller guy? Yes. They tend to just overlook flyweights in general. To be honest, they tend to overlook flyweights. Pantoja's ranked number 9 on the pound-for-pound list. That's crazy. That's wild. I think he's got something to prove this weekend. He's motivated by that. If anything, he's motivated by the pound-for-pound list. He believes he should be number 1. which I wouldn't go that far, but I could see top 5 for Pantoja, to be honest. Yuri over Poetan, yes. Yuri over Poetan every day of the week. Do you think it's harder to predict football games or MMA fights? Harder to predict. You know what? It's actually kind of tough. It kind of depends. The thing about like if you're talking about American football, like the NFL, it can be volatile. You like most of the time, the better team wins. Ooh, I don't know, bro. I don't know because it's hard. It's like an individual sport versus a team sport. Maybe it's harder to pick football. Actually, maybe it's harder to pick football. I don't know. I don't know. It really depends on what level you're at. College, it feels like college football. I would say harder to pick MMA for sure. For sure. Actually, it's probably hard to pick MMA fights. Actually, the more I'm thinking on it, probably MMA. Is Pantoja getting a finish? I've got Pantoja by decision, but finish is definitely not out the window. Definitely could see it. Casual getting so famous he can't see my edit. Did you make an edit, bro? D-Mac, did you make an edit? Did you make an edit, bro? If you did, send it to me. Oh, you did send it to me. Let me look at my phone. Oh, gosh. All right, buddy. Oh, gosh. Hey. That's tough. That's tough. That's a good edit, D-Mac. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough. That is tough, my boy. That man made the Lamar edit. I appreciate you, bro. Did you post that, D-Mac, or did you just make that? Oh, it's on YouTube Shorts? Let me see. Oh, but hey, should I pull it up on stream? Should I show the stream the edit you made? Or nah? I ain't got to, but I will if you want me to. That's funny. It's good to see Unk's streams are getting popular enough that he now struggles to read all the chats. Unk is growing, no diddy. I appreciate you, McLovin. Yes, it's a good problem to have, guys. I'm sorry I can't read all the chats. I'm trying to keep up. But yeah, if Charles gets knocked out, what does the UFC do with him next? Dude, if Charles gets knocked out, oh no. Dude, I don't even want to think about that, bro. The thing is, that's funny because that's what I'm picking to happen. But, oh gosh. I don't know, man. Maybe a Max Holloway fight. I like a Max Holloway fight, to be honest, whether he wins or loses, to be honest. Yes, pull it up. All right, we'll pull it up. Hold on. Let me find the link. Notorious. All right. Hold on. Let me full screen. I'm about to pull up this. I'm about to pull up this edit that he made. We're gonna pull up the edit real quick. Actually, I don't know if the sound will play. I actually don't know if the sound will play. We'll see. Let me pull up this edit. Let me see if it pulls up. Come on. Oh, I'm not logged into my Discord. Come on, bro. Where's it at? Where's it at? Let's just send this. Let's just send this. Let me send this to myself real quick. I'm about to pull up this edit that he made on me. I'm about to pull up the edit on here. What you mean I got no connection? Or only. Let's do this. All right, I'm about to pull up this edit, guys. I'm about to pull up this edit. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Oh, let's not dox that. Let's not dox that. Gmail. Guys, y'all about to witness history. Y'all about to see something crazy. My boy D-Mac cooked. D-Mac has cooked, guys. I don't know if y'all be able to hear the sound, but I got y'all. Check it, check it, check it.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Ice on my neck, cause
Hey, that's valid. That's valid. That's fire, guys. That's fire. The edits, the edits are awesome, bro. Oh, somebody had made a Brian Ortega edit. I think it was Ryder. If y'all follow Ryder MMA on TikTok, if you don't follow him, you go follow him, bro. This man made a Brian Ortega edit with me in it, bro. It was gas. I think I reposted it. It should be on my repost on TikTok. But yeah, that was the edit, guys. That was the edit D-Mac cooked. Who you got in Lima versus Talbot? Dude, I think it's gonna be a banger fight. I'm going with the plus money on Talbot, bro. I know everything. The thing is, everything seems to be pointing towards Lima, but I like this as a good spot for Talbot to bounce back. And I don't think Lima's going to lose any sort of hype behind his name at all. Peyton Talbot is not losing in Pride Month, guys. He's not. Pride Month, Talbot is a mythical fighter. He's bouncing back. He's bouncing back. Can we get a casual Pride Month edit? Dude, whenever I post the full prediction video after stream, I need somebody to make an edit of Peyton Talbot because there's one part that's just, it'd be beautiful for an edit, bro. Be beautiful. I think he's really good. It's just Felipe's really good too, and I think he's going to use the wrestling for obvious reasons. Yeah, Brendan. That's what I think. Literally, it depends on Lima's game plan. If Lima tries to overwhelm him with the wrestling like Barcelos did, I think he's going to win. But if he tries to fall in love with the striking, even a little bit, even for a little bit, I'm going with Talbot, dude. I think Talbot's going to have improved the takedown defense. I don't think Lima's going to spam takedowns like Barcelos did. Also, Barcelos, 5-time wrestling national champion. Nobody talks about a lot. Nobody talks about. Forgot it's Pride Month. Good call. Exactly. Wait, good point. See, if that's what I'm here for, guys. Peyton Talbot via Pride Month. Come on. It's me, Diddy, and Daddy Guy from UFC Trivia. What's up, bro? What's up? Movzar would do terrible things to Aaron. Movzar's going to prison for the things he would do to Aaron. They'll delete the tapes and stop the paper. He's going to destroy Aaron. Aaron Pico. I don't know enough about Aaron Pico right now to confidently say that. You know what? Actually, yeah, Movzar beats almost. I think Movzar actually beats everybody outside of Volkanovski. Maybe Jean Silva and Diego Lopez is tough too, but Movzar is that good. How are you, man? Great to see you live. We're doing good, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Doing good. Does Alvy Guzzi Hines overtake Gane for a title shot if he wins? All right. Yes. I don't even want to see Cyril Gane fight for the title, but I mean, heavyweight's so cheeks. There's nobody you can even argue over Gane, to be honest, unless you say Volkov. But technically, he's coming off a loss, so Volkov got robbed, bro. We had Volkov by decision at plus 700 against Cyril Gane. I was heartbroken, guys. I was heartbroken. It was plus 500 or plus 700. I don't remember, but we had money on that. And Volkov got robbed, bro. He got robbed. Don't you think Felipe is such a likable chat? He is a likable dude, likable fighter, entertaining fighter. He's quick, too. But the thing about Lima is he's listed at 5'6", so it should be a 4-inch height advantage for Talbot, but Lima doesn't look like he's 5'6", bro. I think they're lying. I'm especially scared of the Lima pick because of what Talbot did to my boy Cameron Simon. Yeah. Dude, I just rewatched that fight today. Dominated him. First of all, cracked him with that big knee. I don't know how he didn't get knocked out in round one. But even besides that, Talbot was just walking him down with the pressure. I think he's going to be pressuring Felipe Lima, get him on the back foot, make it harder for him to get his takedown entries going. But, yeah, I'm going Talbot, bro. I'm going Talbot. Why not? Partially based on vibes, but I believe in Talbot as well. The thing is, even if Peyton Talbot loses this fight, everybody's going to call him a fraud. That's not really the case. It's not the case. Felipe Lima's really good. Lima taking that dub for sure. Who you got? Poirier versus Holloway. I'm kind of leaning Holloway right now. I'm kind of thinking Max Holloway. I don't know yet though. I'll make an official prediction the closer we get. But I mean, the value's decent on Talbot. I think it's going to be a really competitive fight. I think the odds should be about 50-50. Actually, no, I think Lima should be the favorite slightly. Yeah. Based on what we saw from Talbot last fight, but I think there's definitely value on him. Talbot's definitely the better striker. I know Lima's a decent striker himself, but he's not on the level of Peyton Talbot. He might even be quicker than Talbot. I don't know. He's also coming down from 45. So I'm going with Talbot, bro. I think Andre Lima can be champ one day. Andre Lima. Who's Andre Lima? Andre Lima. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to, but I gotta check this. Andre Lima. Dude, there's so many. I feel like there's a ton of Limas. Is Andre Lima that flyweight? Andre Lima. Oh yeah, flyweight. Nice. Is he tough? Is he tough? Is he better than Felipe? Manny Pacquiao has a title shot coming up. How old is Manny Pacquiao, bro? I don't really watch boxing, but I know Manny Pacquiao at least. Dang, that's crazy. Does Hanato get a finish over Beneil? I think that fight's going the distance, bro. Unless Beneil's chin is absolutely gone. If you're getting chinned by Moicano, bro, it might be time to pack it up. I know Moicano does have good ground and pound, but like, I think Dariush will be able to stay safe. Great grappler, great scrambler. I'm going Dariush, bro. We're going with a lot of underdogs, I realize. We're going with a lot of underdogs on this card. Manny's 46. Wow. Andre Lima's the one that got bit in the Apex. Oh, okay. Type of stuff you only see in the Apex. That's what the Apex is here for, man. Stuff like that. People getting bit. Why do you think Max wins? Younger, closer to his prime. He's a true lightweight now. Last time they fought, Dustin was in his prime. Max didn't take his time to bulk up to lightweight. I don't know. I'm going with Max. It's a close fight. I'm leaning slightly towards Max. Not my official prediction yet, though. Talbot might get turned on a little. There knows. Facts. These days, you could lose 48-47 to prime GSP and people will call it a fraud check. Exactly, dude. You know, the thing, even with Bo Nickel, which I don't even like Bo Nickel, but losing to the Riddler does not mean you're a fraud. He did get kind of destroyed, but like, I still think Bo Nickel has potential. I think it's a good loss for him. I think it could be a good loss for him, but yeah. If you lose at all. If Topuria loses to Charles, bro, he just got fraud checked, guys. He got fraud checked. You'll probably see some comments like that if that happened. But I'm going Topuria, as much as I want Charles to win. You think Talbot finds a way to win this Saturday? I think he does. I think he does. It's not a great matchup for him. I'm gonna go Talbot though. Talbot via Proud Month. The Ritter is unbelievable too. Exactly. John Jones, my goat. Strip Tom. Fake champ Cyril Gane's gonna destroy him in round 2. Dude, if Tom Aspinall loses to Cyril Gane, bro, I'm gonna be genuinely upset. John Jones is gonna have a field day. Dustin takes again. He could. I mean, Holloway he's what? What's the opposite of undefeated? He's always lost the trilogies, bro. He might be 0-6 to Volkanovski and Poirier. He might have 6 losses between 2 fighters, which is crazy. Imagine Topuria wins by submission. It's honestly not impossible. I think he would have to rock him first, though. I don't see Topuria just straight up submitting him. I hear all about his BJJ background. We just haven't really seen it in the UFC, so it's hard for me to say that. All right, well, I'm gonna go to bed, Unc. Or no, I'm gonna go, Unc. I'm gonna hit the gym. All right, Adrian. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. We're not gonna stay on here much longer because I gotta post my predictions video. Probably stay on about 20-ish minutes and then I'll hop off. Short stream today. But yeah. Champion hasn't, dude. I hope Charles wins so bad. Y'all don't understand. Dude, if we got Volkanovski reclaiming the title and Charles in the same year, and then Yuri Prohaska defeats Ankalaev. All right, let me stop. But you get what I'm saying? If Oliveira and Volk both win the same year, dude, oh my gosh. And Kamaru Usman, guys, we might be back. we might be back. The thing is, if Topuria loses to Charles, like, maybe his aura goes away a little bit, but it's like, that's not a bad loss on your resume at all. It's not. He can still bounce back and become one of the GOATs if he loses to Charles, bro. Even if he's in his prime. He's moving up in weight. I don't know. I'm ready to see him at lightweight, though. I am. All right. I think if you make it to top 10 beating ranked opponents, it's not a fraud check. But if you beat unranked fighters and lose to a ranked guy, it's a fraud check. It kind of depends. Like, if you get absolutely destroyed fighting your first ranked fight, yeah. But if it's just, it depends on the stylistic matchup. It depends on the way you lose. There's a lot of factors that go into it as well. Hear me out. You should do a challenge where you spin 4 times, and each spin has to be a fighter that beat the previous guy until perfect 4-man lineage. You should make it a series. Ooh, wait, hold up. You should do a challenge where you spin 4 times. Each spin has to be a fighter. Hold on one sec. Dude, every time I go live on TikTok, it says I'm inactive. Okay. You should do a challenge where you spin 4 times, and each spin has to be a fighter that beat the previous guy until a perfect. Oh, dude, that'd be tough. That could be a daily fight. I like that idea, though. Hold on, let me write that one down, man. Let me write that one down. I'm looking to do a new daily fighter challenge, too. Let's say fight chain. We'll say something like that. I like that idea, though. I'm writing that one down. People forget, man, Ilya submitted Bryce Mitchell facts. Now, but Bryce Mitchell's not no Charles Oliveira, but it's still great submission win. It is. Even though John Silva, dude, Bryce Mitchell, I kind of like the move to 135, I think, because he kind of got manhandled by Silva and Ilya. You could tell the strength advantage was there for sure. Example, you spin and land on GSP, then Hughes, then BJ. But if you get Anthony Pettis, for example, you lose. If your fourth spin was Nick Diaz, you win. I got you. That's going to be tough, but I like that. I think I like that. Yuri is not beating Magomed Ankalaev, bro. People talk like it's a bad stylistic matchup for Ankalaev. It's not. What happened to Ian Kutalaba engaging in chaos exchanges? Yeah. I'm not picking Yuri. The thing is, I don't know if I'd pick Yuri. Maybe if I do, it'd be out of bias. But yeah, I think Ankalaev beats Yuri still. But I do think it's a tough fight. I do. I agree. D-Mac being funny. Bryce Mitchell is not a good comparison to the King of Brazil. Punk needs to write things down. Am I getting old, guys? Bust out the pen and paper. Is that crazy? Bro was disrespecting Shemaev too. Mm. Mm-mm. Imagine how tough it would be if he beats. If he beats Saeed, I had an aneurysm. I was trying to read that. If he beats Saeed, yeah, that'd be crazy. That's a tough fight for him too. Honestly, tough. It's an interesting matchup. Moving down to 135, fighting Saeed Nurmagomedov. I don't know who I'm picking in that, to be honest. His initial thoughts on Lopez versus Silva. As much as I love Diego, I think this is a scary matchup. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely rooting for Diego Lopez, but I'm going with John Silva. I think I'm sticking with John Silva probably all the way through. I don't see my opinion changing on that one, to be honest. The thing is, does he finish Lopez? I think that honestly could go. I'm guessing it's a 5-rounder. I'm guessing. I'm sure. It's the main event, right? I'm guessing it's a 5-rounder. Silva has not gone 5, so that could be interesting. I feel like that could be a really high paced fight too. I'm going Silva though. I'm not going to overthink it right now. Silva. Oh yeah. I want Diego to bounce back though, but I think Diego's about to go on a 2-fight losing streak, bro. That sucks. Those are the 2 best fighters in the division too, in my opinion. The thing is, I think John Silva's going to beat Diego, and I think he's going to beat Volkanovski as well. I don't even like John Silva like that, but it's hard to tell right now. I think he chins Volk, bro. That's how I'm feeling right now. I think he chins Volk. I'm still worried about Volk's chin. As much as it pains me, I think Silva wins. I agree, bro. Definitely going to be rooting for Diego, though. For sure. I think Dariush might lose because he's old. He's the same age as Moicano. But yes, Moicano's still closer to his prime than Dariush is, probably. But yeah, they're the same age. Everybody, it's because Beneil Dariush has gray hair, bro. It's because he's had gray hair for like 10 years. So everybody thinks he's like 45. He's not. Who beats Merab at bantamweight? Right now, nobody. Give him a couple years, I'm going to say Umar. I think Umar might get it back. if Merab sticks around long enough. The thing is, if Merab maintains the bantamweight title for like another 365 days, dude, he's like up there with the GOATs. If Merab literally defends 3-4 more times, has the belt at this like at the end of next year, oh my gosh, he might be the GOAT of the sport. He might. Seriously. I don't think anybody's stopping Merab right now. I don't know. Wasn't Yuri contemplating a move to middleweight? Yeah, he was. Because apparently Yuri does not cut much weight. Apparently Yuri and Dricus du Plessis like weigh the same. When they weigh the same, but so I guess Dricus cuts like what 20 more pounds than Yuri. Dricus said that he saw Yuri in the UFC PI and said that he needs to move down to middleweight. I think. Do you have scheduled streams? Yes, Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 Eastern time. And then not this weekend, but at least for fight nights for sure, we do Fight Companions on stream on YouTube. But yeah, everybody on TikTok, if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube and the Twitch, Casual Take MMA. I might move over to Kick though, to be honest. Did you watch the presser Moicano got on Dariush? I did see that, bro. The presser, I was wondering, Moicano got one question and he tried to make the most of it. But yeah, he was going off about being 15 days younger than Dariush. That's funny. That was funny. That was the highlight of the press conference, too. Everybody just asked Ilia Topuria all the questions, which I understand he's the main event, but Moicano tried to promote himself. He only got one question. Thoughts on Alexandre Topuria? Dude, I just saw something. I don't know if it was real, but it said there was rumors of Alexandre Topuria versus Malcolm Wellmaker for UFC 320. Now, that's a very interesting fight. Putting, what, two hyped up prospects up against each other? Kind of like Lima and Talbot, but I don't know. I think Topuria is good. I don't think he's as good as Ilia, but the thing is, isn't he the older brother? I think Ilya's the younger brother. But yeah, I think he's solid. Dariush by round 2 KO. Dariush does have the power advantage. I'm worried about his chin. If he gets knocked out or finished by Moicano, bro, I think he's got to hang it up. DDP will get ragdolled by Chimaev. I'm picking Chimaev as well. Malcolm will win. Dude, Malcolm Wellmaker's tough, bro. He's tough. I've been I've been a subscriber to Malcolm Wellmaker's YouTube channel for a minute, guys. I'm gonna be the one to say I was a day one of Malcolm Wellmaker. Once he wins that title, man. Key to victory for Dricus du Plessis is wrestle Yuri. Yuri would destroy Dricus in striking. That would be such a goofy matchup on the feet. Yuri versus Dricus at middleweight. I would go with. Oh my gosh, I don't know actually. I would go with Yuri. I would pick Yuri. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'd go with Yuri. I think Yuri would be too big. And the striking, I think he would have the advantage of striking. Dricus is tough though. Dricus is tough. He doesn't look like it, but he's tough. Who's your favorite fighter, Ankh? Israel Adesanya. But he's washed, so it's kind of sad, man. Izzy, we got Yuri up there, Volkanovski. Islam's actually one of my favorite fighters as well. Charles. A lot of guys, man. A lot of guys. I'm not buying into the Wellmaker hype yet. Sick KOs, but we've seen the story play out many times. Yeah, we haven't got to see his ground game yet. So somebody asked me that earlier if I thought he was a future champion. I said it's too early to tell. It's too early to tell. He seems like a super cool dude. But yeah, we don't know about the ground game yet. We just don't. We haven't seen it in the UFC at least. If Corey is like a plus 300, how do you not take that? Corey against Merab? The thing is, do you think Corey's a tougher? He does pose some different threats. Do you think he's a tougher matchup, or you think he has a better chance to beat Merab over O'Malley? Because I personally don't. And O'Malley was what, a plus 220, plus 250, something like that? I don't think Corey's a tougher matchup. I don't think he's more dangerous than O'Malley. How does Corey win? Does Corey knock out Merab? I don't see that. I don't see Corey submitting Merab. Was he going to roll for a heel hook or something potentially? I don't really see a world where Corey Sandhagen wins. You know what? I see more competitive rounds for Corey, but he doesn't have the danger like O'Malley has. I don't see him winning the fight. I could see Merab winning a close decision, though. I could see that. Merab winning even maybe 48-47, 49-46. I think there could be some close in between rounds. I would still go Merab. I don't think Merab would finish Corey like he finished Sean, though. I would go Merab by decision. Yuri at middleweight would look like Rumble Johnson. Facts. Who do you want to win, Pantoja or Cara France? I want Pantoja to win. You know what? I kind of become a Pantoja guy. Like he's not my favorite fighter or anything. He's my favorite flyweight. Oh wait, maybe that's Urseg. Maybe no, never mind. I'm taking that. He's not my favorite flyweight. Joshua Van's my favorite flyweight, but I become a Pantoja guy partially because he gets disrespected. I think he's a genuine dude. And I think he's really good. I would rather Pantoja win than Kai Kara. Kai Kara kind of bothers me, bro. Y'all know I love Volk, I love Izzy, I love Dan Hooker, I love City Kickboxing, but I don't know about Kai Kara France, bro. He's like a little gremlin. He's like a little goblin, to be honest. I don't know about him. I don't know. I love his energy. He seems so humble and just like genuinely happy to be in the UFC. I love it. Wellmaker. Facts. Like in the interviews you see, this man's always smiling. Dude, yeah, he's tough, bro. I think Yuri would be a minus 500 favorite against Dricus. The thing is, if anybody was a minus 500 against Dricus, I'm taking Dricus. Just in the most craziest way. To be honest, I love Pantoja, but Urseg's my favorite flyweight. Urseg, dude, the downfall of Urseg, dude. It feels like Dominic Reyes. That's what it reminds me of. So maybe we see a second title run from Urseg, but it feels like Dominic Reyes, bro. Win streak, undefeated in the UFC, right? I think Urseg was undefeated in the UFC, but goes up, fights for the title, super competitive fight. Some people are saying robbery, and then gets knocked out in his next fight, and then lost another one. Didn't get knocked out by Moreno, but feels like Dominic Reyes to me. Kai being a New Zealander is wild. Fight of the night prediction, fight of the night for 317. Ooh, what do we think is going to get fight of the night? That's a good question. Oh, I'm kind of thinking Royval Van potentially. This could definitely be a contender. I think I'm gonna say Royval versus Van. I could see this being fight of the night as well. I think we might get a really good fight here. I think they're all going to be pretty good fights. Dude. There's a bunch of. My official prediction. I'm gonna say Royval Van. I'm gonna say Royval actually wins a close fight with Van. That's what I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go Royval Van, just because it's gonna be violence. They're gonna be standing the whole time, more than likely. I don't know. There's some good options, bro. Pantoja W. I'm going Pantoja. Yes. I've got main fight under 2.5. Pantoja win and Royval going the distance. Yeah, I don't think Van. I don't think I've seen people picking Van to knock out Royval. I don't see it. It's definitely possible. I think this one's going. I agree. I think this one's going the distance. I could see a late finish from Royval. Maybe even like a sneaky back take, sneaky guillotine from Royval, sneaky sub, but nah, probably distance. I would probably say the distance. Probably, I said Charles versus Ilya for fight of the night. I don't think it's gonna be fight of the night, to be honest. Depending, I just don't think it's gonna be a very long fight. Either way, I don't think it's gonna be a very long fight. The prop is 1.5 rounds. So, yeah. Haven't been this excited to watch UFC since I started watching, I don't think. Dude, yeah, this is tough. This is a good card, too. Topuria versus Charles. They're all fight of the night contenders. They are. I don't understand it. DDP can look so bad like an amateur for the whole 25 minutes and still win. Yeah. I don't know why I'm so excited. Typed a 4-page breakdown on the fights. Oh my gosh. Hey, Brendan, send me that. I want to see that. I want to read that kind of. I want to see your thoughts on that. Just on everything. Performance to whoever wins. For Charles Elliott, I agree. Performance bonus, whoever wins this, I agree. That's so, dude. The thing is, if Charles does win this, imagine adding Ilia Topuria to his legacy and being a 2-time champion. That's crazy. Jason Herzog, prime Nate Diaz, or prime Michael Page. I've never even That potential fight has never crossed my mind. Nate Diaz versus MVP. Ooh, you know what? Let's just say 170. Yeah, 170. I'm gonna say, I'm actually gonna say MVP. I'm actually gonna go with MVP, and I think MVP is just too tricky. I think Nate Diaz would be obviously try to stand with him. I think he'd have a lot of trouble getting to Michael Venom Page. That's a fight I've never thought about. I'd say MVP would beat Nate Diaz, to be honest. I haven't been this conflicted on this many fights in a while, dude. Bunch of good fights, bunch of close fights. I really could see every single one of these fights going the other way. To be honest, Heart says Charles, brain says Charles. Dude, I hope so. Who you got for the fight bonus? So what, performance bonus? Okay, I'm gonna say performance bonus Ilya. Fight of the night. Ooh. I'm gonna say this is fight of the night, Royval Van. The thing is, if Van wins, he'll probably get a performance bonus as well. Performance bonus, dude. I might say Talbot. I don't know, bro. What if Pantoja just subcar France quickly too? I don't know, man. This is a tough one to call, bro. So many good fights. So many good fights, man. Do you think Ilya has a big or small sausage with his ego? That's crazy. That's crazy. I've seen him on an interview. He claims it's big. He claims it's massive. He said that on like the aerial or some interview. I saw that. You think Islam can win against JDM? I think he can win. Yes. I don't love his odds though. I honestly, the more I think about it, the more I lean Jack Della. Seriously. JD or Islam's definitely more skilled than Bilal Muhammad, but like it's such a good tuna or good prep fight to go into an Islam Makhachev camp. You know what I'm saying? So JDM just had a whole camp for Bilal Muhammad, which is a similar style to Islam, not all the same, but similar style. So he's going to go from a Bilal Muhammad camp to an Islam camp, which is going to be sort of similar. I think he's going to be well prepared for it, bro. Thoughts on the Cortez matchup? I'm not gonna lie, I have no opinion. I have no idea. I have no idea. I if you want to ask anything about women's MMA, I'm not your guy. I'm sorry. Call me a casual man. No clue. Absolutely no clue. No clue. JDM's the next big thing. I don't see many people beating him. Dude, you know what? I actually was not a believer I've always been a fan of JDM. I was never a believer in JDM just because the takedown defense it needed work, bro. It needed work to say the least. But dude, he's improved so much. He's shown his ability to scramble back up to his feet. And honestly, he just has that dog in him. Even in the Gilbert Burns fight, got taken down a lot of times, scrambles back up to his feet in round 3, finds the finish. Same thing with round 5 against Bilal Muhammad, close fight. Bilal gets a takedown in round 5. JDM scrambles up to his feet and immediately goes on the pressure, lands some good shots. But yeah. Ilya Hamzat. Oh, Shavkat, Ilya Hamzat, 3 undefeated fighters with higher than 80% finish rate. Dude, I'm ready to see Shavkat back in there. I'm not big on Shavkat, dude. Maybe it's because everybody's glazed him for so long, but I'm not. The thing is, I think Shavkat's great. I don't think he's going to be champion. Shavkat beats JDM. I disagree, bro. If you'd asked me this question a year ago, I would have agreed. I disagree. I think Shavkat gets hit a lot, and I think JDM. Oh, I've said this a couple times. I think Shavkat's whole face would be swollen once he's done with JDM. I think JDM beats him. Shavkat, yes, has that 99 or 90 something percent finish rate, but he doesn't do anything like nothing that he does. No part of his game is elite. It's not. To be honest, like he's very well rounded. He's good at everything. He's good everywhere, but he's not elite anywhere. Seriously, he's not. Shavkat's face is already swollen. Facts. I think Shavkat's hype's overrated. He almost lost to Ian. He did almost lose to Ian. It was it was a competitive fight, but I still thought Shavkat was slightly edging out every round. Maybe not every single round, but most of the rounds. I'm not either. I think Gary wins a rematch versus Shavkat. Dude, Gary looks good. Gary is good, bro. Looked good against Carlos Prates as well. Hey, cutie, what's up? Oh, thanks. Thanks. But yeah, we're going to get out of here soon, guys. And I'm going to drop my official prediction video, Kaya versus Imavov. Kaya versus Imavov. I'm going early lean Imavov. Early lean is towards Nasruddin Imavov. That's what I think. Shavkat might be overrated, but Shavkat's clinch is overwhelming. Yeah, I agree. I think JDM beats him though. I don't see Shavkat being able. I agree with the clinch. I can see some success in the clinch, but out in the open, JDM pieces him up, bro. JDM pieces up Shavkat. I don't think Shavkat is able to get him down. Maybe he can work some clinch knees or whatever. I don't know. I'd go JDM. The thing is, if you watch Shavkat versus Jeff Neal, bro, he looked human. He looked human in that fight. Human in the Ian Gary fight. Jeff Neal landed some big shots on him too. And if that would have been JDM in that fight, JDM would have got him out of there. Great stream, Monk. I appreciate you. Who you got for Ilya or Charles? Charles on top. I hope Charles wins, bro. I've got Ilya. Bro. Last question. Is it crazy to say Tom should have fought Cyril Gane for the title? That's what's going to happen next, bro. Is it crazy to say that Tom should have fought Cyril for the title? Like, you talking about when? You talking about his last fight? Like instead of Blades or instead of Pavlovich or something? Because that looks like it's going to be next. I think that will be next. But yeah. We're going to get out of here, guys. I'm going to post that prediction. I got to edit the video. It'll probably be out within the next 30 minutes, an hour, or something like that. But yeah, we pretty much covered everything on stream as well. But yeah, I'll just go more in depth on each one of these fights. But yeah, guys, we're on 3 underdogs in the main card. Would not advise parlays, guys. I'm not a parlay guy. I would not advise the underdogs in the parlays. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't advise parlaying 3 underdogs together. But you get what I'm saying. I'm going to go ahead and post that breakdown and prediction video. But yeah, if you want to do a parlay, bro, maybe these two, maybe Topuria Pantoja. I'm going heavy on Royval. That's what I'm thinking. W Stream, I appreciate you, bro. Take care. Later on. Good to see you doing well as always. I appreciate you, bro. Ilya said he would knock him out in round 1. If you want to take Ilya's word for it, man, that's not crazy. He's been known to be mystic, if you want to say that. You think Pantoja deserves to be higher in pound for pound? Yes. Yes. I think he definitely should be higher than 9, for sure. I think he has an argument for top 5, at least top 6, honestly. At least top 6. Unk, you are still streaming. I know. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to get out of here. Y'all go check out my prediction video as soon as it gets up. Y'all turn the post notifications on. Did you post predictions for prelims too? No, we just broke down the main card today. I can run through them real quick. RoboCop, Hermanson. I'm going RoboCop. This one's tough, bro. Delgado versus Hyder Emil. I might go underdog here too. I might go with Emil. No clue. Terrence McKenna, dude. I kind of want to lead another underdog. Am I going crazy? Maybe I'm going too crazy. I kind of lean towards Borshev here. I probably wouldn't bet on it, but Nico Price versus Jacoby Smith. Give me Nico Price, guys. I'm playing. Give me Jacoby Smith. Give me Denise. Don't even know who this is. And then I'm not even going to make a prediction on this one because I don't know who these two are either. This looks like the dude that was on UFC BJJ. That's who that looks like. But yeah, I'm not going to go in depth on the prelims, but that's what I got right there. Let's see. Who you think has the most aura in the UFC? Right now, maybe Ilya. Right now, probably Ilya, to be honest. See Unk for the second time in stream. I ain't Unk no more, bet. W Stream, once again, hopefully you consider my lineage challenge. I wrote it down, bro. But yeah, guys, we're getting out of here. Y'all turn the post notifications on. If you're on TikTok, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. But yeah, I appreciate you guys.